Next is your worship. Next, please, your worship. In item number 9, Lordship, some development is going on, Lordship.
Adjournment. Please give your name and item number.
19, 20, and 21 with personal appearance.
Where is Mr. Nath and Mr. RKD Chaudhary? I think we'll have to hear them, both of them. On behalf of? Not RS Chaudhary, we don't require it. RKD Chaudhary and Mr. Nath. Is Mr. Chaudhary free? Just check up RKD Chaudhary. Yes, you are the joint secretary.
Yes, secretary, social justice department.
Social justice secretary.
Yes, joint
How,
secretary.
joint secretary. How do you look at clause 24? In whose favor is the reservation given? Mr. Nath, you can help him.
Yes.
What is your submission regarding clause 24? To whom is this OBC reservation given? Please hurry up a little. We have a number of matters to take up. Pastry will Look at clause 24. Specifically 24. Don't look to the other clauses. You have some further gadget notification.
On last decision, a copy of we have also had it about.
Okay. Please look at it and make your submission. What is your understanding of clause 24?
Let me arrange.
After some time.
Kindly take up.
We'll have to rise at 3 o'clock. We'll take it about 2:45.
Item 1 and 2 for motion.
And ask Mr. RKD Chaudhary also remain
Yes.
present. Ask him to go through this clause and we want to have his views also. Yes.
But in this case, my lord, petitioner has basically agreed, my lord, for non-completion of the process of promotion initiated by the director.
Was a notice issued?
Notice issued in the item number 2, my lord.
No, item number 1 was any notice issued.
Notice not issued.
Do you need any interim order?
Interim not to proceed with the, my lord, impugn.
At least there's no. Kindly allow.
Let him complete. Why interfering with him?
My lord, page number 62 is the impugn notice, my lord,
Understand.
which has been issued in
The
supervision.
interim order is yet to be passed.
Yet to be passed.
Notice also yet to be issued. Why?
Yet. Notice was not issued. They have been asked to file the affidavit. They have filed the affidavit. We have filed the reply also, my lord.
Where is the imputed notification?
Page 62, my lord. This is the notice for issue. Second, this is the
Pawan Dury, Inspector of School, Musalpur.
this is the process, second process of the initiated in supersession of the earlier process, which has not been completed.
I have the honor to forward you with a letter enclosure received from Director of Education BTC regarding submission of gradation list of graduate teachers. So you are agreed by some gradation list.
Yeah, this was initiation of process of promotion for this implement because already a process has been initiated as per notice dated 8/2/2021, page 36. That has not been completed. Instead of completion of the earlier.
Just a minute. As per page 36, it had already been initiated.
Yes, yes, that's it.
Or 36, somebody is allowed to hold the in charge headmaster of one particular school, Majhauli. And page 62.
44, sorry, my lord. It is
Please give the correct page number.
Page 44, sorry, my lord.
So when was the advertisement issued?
This is the notice through which
This is not a notice. This is only information.
through this notice, my lord, the process
Mr.
started.
Purokayastha, this is not a notice of filling up. This is only an information
Yes, and
that it will be done
yes, and the,
as per the district-wise seniority list
Yes.
recommended by the DPC.
yes, Lordship.
That's
And
all.
And the process being completed, my lord, page 53, the gradation list is prepared thereafter.
So now what is wrong with 62?
My lord, after, without completing the process.
No process was initiated. Where is the question of
Yes,
completing a
but- yeah,
process?
Lordship, thereafter you will find the final gradation list is by page 45, the final gradation list published, and thereafter.
Mr. Purokayastha, if you are agreed with any gradation list, you challenge it directly.
We are not agreed by the gradation list.
Then
We are-
why are you
We are
agreed?
agreed by the initiation of the second process without completing the earlier process. That is our grievance, my lord.
Yes, what is second process and earlier
Yes, ma'am.
process?
In earlier gradation list, some of the list of eligible candidate was left.
Sorry.
In earlier gradation list,
Huh?
some of the eligible candidates, teachers were left out due to amalgamation with newly provincialized.
Okay,
high schools.
some-
Mm,
Earlier list was not complete
Not complete.
or incorrect.
Incorrect.
So you have made out a new list
Yes, madam.
after doing the necessary corrections.
Yes, madam.
Yes, so what is the illegality in that?
Earlier process, my lord, those who have acquired eligibility subsequent to the preparation of the ballot list, those persons
No,
have been
no,
included.
what legal right you have?
My lord, that is in the second notice, my lord, while passing the notice, my lord, the honorable court has observed the, my lord, our grievance, my lord.
Your grievance is observed, but what legal right is there?
Our, my lord, the positions.
Give us the date on which the process was initiated. On which date did you initiate the process?
21, my lord, through this 8 to 2021.
Mr. Purokayastha, you are unable to accept your submission that this is initiation of a process. This is only director informs the secretaries. That's all.
Thereafter, the gradation list, SER, everything submitted, my lord.
Who submitted?
IS,
Please produce the,
IS.
please produce the advertisement, notice, whatever name you may give it, by which the process was initiated. We'll put a cutoff at that, on that date. The respondents in the education department of the BTC to produce the notification, order, circular, advertisement in whatever name it may be called, by which the process for promotion to the post of headmaster, headmistress, superintendent in High Madrasa school and High Madrasa was initiated in the BTC area. List
Next Monday.
Monday.
25th.
Next month. Next month.
Item 3.
So, 2 weeks, British fortnight,
Friday.
Friday.
Yes, next Friday.
next week.
Matter pertains to
And
amalgamation.
Mr. Counsel, if you don't, we have passed some more strict orders requiring a director to remain present. This Friday we are taking up.
This Friday. This Friday. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Matter pertains to amalgamation of schools matter.
Right.
And
By which order? Page
Uh,
number
by page 19, my lord.
19.
This is the impugned order. Serial number 6
Omaitila LP School
with my lord.
with Rahman
Rahmanabad LP school.
LP School. What is wrong with this order?
Wrong, my
Where
lord.
is the illegality?
This is the violation of guidelines, my lord. Because the minimum, with LP school with another LP schools, my lord, half kilometer distance is required. However, in
Half
this
kilometer.
half kilometer,
Where is it?
my
Where
lord,
is
there
the
is a guideline
guideline?
is there. Page 25, my lord.
Page 25.
Page 22 is the memorandum and page 25 is the operative portion.
Page 25.
If two or cell number 12, my lord.
If two are located within a radius of half kilometer, then these school may be merged. Provided that do not exceed 100. So if it is exceeds half kilometer, it cannot be.
Cannot be.
Why? Provisionally may be, that's an only directory.
And there are also other grounds, my lord. There is no connectivity with these two schools, my lord. These two schools, my lord, there is a pond, my lord, within this, the student of that.
Is there any provision there in between? There is a pond, you cannot merge
There
it.
is no specific provisions. My
Then-
provision is half kilometer is
Yes,
there.
Mr. Kaushik, what is your suggestion?
Page 25, which he's showing, my lord. This is of the earlier office memorandum 2016. This impugn order.
This is done by a later,
Yes.
where is the later OM?
Later one, my lord. Lordship files from page 34.
34. Yes. Here, what is the provision?
My lord.
3 kilometer. No, UP 3 kilometer. LP is 1 kilometer.
LP is 1 kilometer.
We issue notice, no interim.
My lord, in this case, my lord, earlier it was before this court, the honorable court passed order, my lord, page 57. Page 57, my lord. This is a direction given to the respondent. Within 31st March, my lord, the appeal should be disposed of. We have filed appeal accordingly, my lord.
You file contempt if he is not disposed.
My lord,
That is, my lord, page 63 is a completely different direction for different issue.
my lord, thereafter, my lord, my inquiry was initiated. And that inquiry, my lord, kindly see page 64, my lord. There is an order, my lord. Accordingly, instruction was sought for in the earlier.
Page 63, last paragraph of the order, my lord. The-
4.
Page 63, the High Court's order, my lord. The last paragraph, your lordship will find.
This is the dismissal of the writ petition.
Yes. It is however directed that the.
What do you do? You want notice or dismissal?
Notice.
Notice or dismissal? Which one?
Notice.
What your name?
Page hard to do.
H. R. Chaudhary, Lanka petitioner. You will say notice 6 weeks, extra copies 3 days. Just after 6 weeks.
Item 4.
The Mr. H. R. Chaudhary refers to an OM dated 22/9/2016 of the Secondary Education Department, Government of Assam, wherein in clause 12, in clause 312, 3 bracket 12, it is provided that the distance between two LP schools for merger ought to be within half kilometer radius. But Mr. B. Kaushik, Land Council for Secondary Education, points out that the said OM is not holding the field as of now. And the OM that is governs the merger is page number
Page 34. 3/8/2021.
is dated 3/8/2024,
2021.
wherein the criteria provided is that the distance ought to be 1 kilometer of each other. In view of the incorrect reliance of the OM, interim order is not called for in the present petition. Next slide.
Item 4.
OM is 3/8/2021.
Please, Your Lordship.
This, what is challenge?
Case of compassion appointment Lordship.
Rejected by the 2018.
Lordship.
Have you filed your affidavit?
Lordship.
Why there is a delay of 15 years?
Lordship, delay is that because Lordship, she was allowed to work in that same school of where from Lordship, her husband died on honorary basis Lordship. So Lordship, she was almost Lordship, only class 8 pass Lordship. She has
But
no
that
basis.
cannot be,
Yes, Lordship, I
after
have
15
to-
years, you
Lordship.
feel that I should go back
Lordship.
15 years back.
But
How can you entertain this
Lordship,
petition?
that is, yes, Lordship, I agree with your Lordship that cannot be a Lordship after 10 years or 12 years. The thing is that Lordship.
What do you want to do? Withdraw?
Lordship, kindly the Lordship, we direct the record sheet by a DLC Lordship. I'm not pressing.
Sorry?
Lordship, to direct the.
If I issue a direction, I am allowing your petition. How can it be?
Because may I do one thing Lordship, because only
How
the-
can it be a case I am dismissing petition also giving a direction?
Lordship, thing is that Lordship, that this petitioner along with her unmarried daughter Lordship, they are Lordship somehow surviving Lordship, getting 10,000 pension Lordship.
But you should have come before.
Lordship, it is true Lordship. She should have come Lordship at least
What do
5
you
years
say?
ago Lordship.
My lord.
See, we have to give a reason for any
Reason-
order we pass. What reason do I give?
Lordship, the kindly thereafter Lordship in the year 2021 Lordship, her application was again Lordship forwarded by the additional deputy commissioner. member.
Where is it? Page
Yes.
number
That is Lordship page 27.
27.
Page 27, Lordship. It was by the Lordship, District Elementary Education Officer.
মাননীয় জিলা প্রাথমিক বিষয়া
Page
forwarded
20
to the DU. The headmaster, it is
Page
2000,
20
it is
page
in,
27, Lordship.
it is in 2008,
Page 27, Lordship.
27.
Type, translated type code. This was by Lordship Additional Deputy Commissioner to the DEO. To
Yes, Mr. Saike,
My lord.
your additional DC gives him a new life. What to?
So to DC also.
Mr. Kaushik, what do you say? ADC has given him a new life. Mr. J. Kolita, Land Council for the petitioner. The father of the petitioner,
husband of the
husband of the petitioner. What is the name of the husband?
Lordship Surendra Das.
Surendra Das, who was a chowkidar in the Balikusi MB School, Nalbari, died in Hanes on
10/10/2020.
10/10,
2003.
2023.
2003. 2003.
10/10/2003. And on his death, the petitioner submitted an application for compassionate appointment on 13/10/2023. The application was forwarded by the headmaster of Balikusi MB School to the DEO Nalbari, but nothing was done. Was it rejected or nothing was done?
It is rejected.
The DLC of
12/9/2008.
12/9/2018, 8 of Nalbari district rejected the application claim of the petitioner. But however, the additional deputy commissioner Nalbari, by the communication dated 6/8/2021, addressed to the district elementary education officer, requested that necessary action as per norms be taken and the application be submitted to the deputy commissioner. As the additional deputy commissioner had made the communication, we understand that the educational deputy commissioner must have looked into the matter and found some right of compassionate appointment in the petitioner still surviving. In view of the above, the district elementary education Nalbari may do the needful as per the communication of the additional deputy commissioner dated 6/8/2021. Do whatever you do. Then whatever is done, be done within a period of 1 month from the date of receipt of the certified copy of the order.
That will communicate to the petitioner. Obliged, Lordship.
Item 5.
My lord, this matter is a compassionate appointment, my lord. At the time of the death of her father, my lord,
Madam Chaudhary, what is the stock of our compassion? Does it come to an end or it remains?
remains, my lord.
If the way we are showing compassion, will it not come to an end at some point of time? Exhaust.
This type of cases, my lord.
Yes, placed before DLC,
No, my lord, it was never placed.
never placed. Place it, Mr. Saike, if never placed. It will be a father of the petitioner Abdul Jalil, who was working as an employee in the Baleswar ME Madrasa in the south, in the Karimganj district, died in Hanes on 12/6/2016. And on his death, the petitioner submitted application for petitioner who is having the qualification of HSLC, submitted an application for compassionate appointment on
18/3.
18/3.
2020.
18/3/2020. The grievance raised is that the said application had not been given its due consideration under the law. In view of such submission, the respondents are conjointly are directed to place the application before the next available legal of Karimganj district for its consideration on merit. In the event it was placed and some order had been passed, the petitioner be duly communicated, and in such event, there would be no further requirement to place it again before the DLC. Allow this indicated.
Item 6.
My lord, this is also, my lord, compassionate effort. My lord, here also the petitioner's case was not placed, never placed, my lord.
Not placed.
Yes, my lord. The petitioner's
Eh,
father died in 11/8/2013,
Father is Ziauddin,
and she applied in time. my lord.
assistant teacher, Dokhin Kosubari ME School, Patharkandi Educational Block, Hailakandi. And Hailakandi, it's Hailakandi.
Yes, my lord.
Hailakandi died 11/8/2013. Application made on. When did you make the application?
2/4/2014.
2/4/2014. Same order.
Item 7.
Yes, Your Lordship. The petitioner is working in a non-sanctioned post of LDA in a provincialized college for over 30 years. And this is the second round of litigation. In the earlier round, the Honorable Court directed the department to revisit their decision to create another post of LDA for the college in keeping with the pupil-teacher ratio, as is, and there is a rule in fact.
But
Lordship.
to create one more
Yes,
post.
Lordship may kindly peruse page 44, the earlier order. Text will be also there.
Hmm.
Order dated 10/2/2022, passed in WPC
What is the direction? They were
Direction,
directed
yes.
to
At
revisit
this,
the as to the number of
46.
SBO posts required to be released in Bokong Civil Domain. Yes, now what has been
After,
done?
yes, after that, the proposal was submitted by the principal was asked to submit the proposal. He submitted the proposal for creation of a post for regulation of the service of this petitioner. And they again asked him to submit.
No, now what is
application.
happening?
Yes, now
What
they
is the
have-
latest position?
Yes, yes. Now what the government has decided is that they will they will recruit a newly employed grade 3 employee in that post. Thereby.
Where
Lordship
is the
depriving-
decision?
Yes, at page 60. 60, the type copy. This is from the Joint Secretary, Government of Assam, Higher Education to the District Commissioner, Dhemaji. Last paragraph, you are requested to
Where
provide
is the earlier High Court order? Page number?
page 44.
Page 44. This is in your favor, nothing wrong with this.
No, Lordship, but they have, yes, but now they have taken a decision to provide an LDA to the college from recently appointed grade 3 employees.
Yes.
Since the petitioner was appointed in a non-sanctioned post by the college authority as an internal arrangement.
Where is your order?
Not
Where is your order
Not
conclusively rejecting the claim of the petitioner?
Director has forwarded it to.
Understand, where is your specific order
Lordship.
that the petitioner is not entitled?
Lordship, that is not here.
Show us that order.
That is not here. Lordship.
Till then we state this. Third MS.D. Burgoyne, A. Tobiller, Higher Education Department. By the earlier order dated 10/2/2022 in WPC 3328/2020, there was a direction to the respondents in the Higher Education Department to revisit the requirement of release of additional post of LDA for the Haji Anfar Ali College and pass necessary order within a period of 6 months. Full stop. By referring to the said order, the communication dated 14/8/2023 had been issued by the Joint Secretary to the Government of Assam in the Higher Education Department to the District Commissioner Dhemaji that the department had that the requirement of additional post of LDA in Morkong Saleh College was examined, and there was a decision to provide LDA junior assistant to the college from the recently appointed grade 4 employees, meaning thereby that the purpose for which the court had required the revisit of the decision had not been adequately addressed. In view of the above, no further action be taken pursuant to the communication dated 14/8/2023 until further orders. Notice 666 of office.
Actually, the college is Mukok Seleng College and not Haji Anfar. In fact, this has been corrected pursuant to an IA file. In the or-
তেতিয়াহলে হাজি আনফাৰ কৰি থৈ দিব কি বোলে কি
Mukok
মোৰ
Seleng
কনচেপ্ট
College.
কৰি থৈ দিব আচ্ছা that order was subsequently corrected
Yes, by an IA.
but
We have
44 refers to haji anfar
Yes, 47 is the order passed in the IA for
it's
correction.
corrected
Yes.
okay.
Item 8.
How like that?
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Here, my lord, two teachers, my lord, claiming pronunciation, my lord. I was appointed 2003, my lord. The other was appointed quite ahead of me. Respondent 7, Mohan Pegu. But my lord, in the meantime, in 2006-7, 2 years, he was absent and left the job and went away because school was not provincialized.
Mr. Kaushik, let us do one thing. This kind of matters, safest thing is to state the provincialization of number 7. He'll immediately come to the court. We'll hear both of them and decide it.
But here, the impugn order is of 2012, my lord.
Whatever
No,
it
no,
is.
no, no.
Subsequent family find the page 18, my lord.
That is a prayer also. Provincialization dated 18/12/2012.
Right.
Why are you coming to the court after
No, no,
11 years?
you lordship, my lord, see, last order is my lord. Provincialization last came. There are 2 rounds of litigation. 2013 we filed.
Mr. RKD Chaudhary will take up the matter at 2:45. We want to hear you on one aspect.
My lord, in 2013 also we challenged it. The lordship remanded the matter to director. Then again, second time we came.
If I understand
Mr.
correctly, please-
Kaushik, consequence of our stay order, man will not get salary for 1 or 2 months. But that will help us in coming to a correct conclusion.
Yes, true. But
If I don't,
yes.
Last order is my lord.
Mr. Sharma, just a minute. This will continue for the next 5 to 7 years.
That's correct. my lord.
And that man will take at least 3-4 years to receive notice.
So if I understand correctly, my lord,
Uh-huh.
case 84 is the challenge, though they have not prayed it.
But I
This
am
is
going by
this is the cause of action for the reputation. A speaking order,
84. What is
page
84?
pursuant to the direction of this honorable court, a speaking order has been passed by the director.
And where is the order of the court?
My lord, page 71.
Page 71.
It was a withdrawal order. It is not withdrawn only. There was no order of the court.
Who is the petitioner?
Yes, my lord, page 71.
No, who is the petitioner? Same person.
Same person. It is the third round of litigation.
No, let it be
Page
third
71,
round.
with a liberty to approach the forum.
No, you only say 11 Act was struck down, that's all. We are not concerned with struck down. We are concerned with between 7 and petitioner who ought to have been provincialized.
It is said, my lord,
Mr. Kaushik, just understand. When 11 Act was in force, under that act, between the petitioner and the respondent, who had the legal right to be provincialized.
Yes.
That is the issue to be decided.
Yes.
You have not decided it.
my lord.
You have said only struck down. Struck down is struck down. Everybody knows.
My lord.
That doesn't mean an illegality committed when challenged and when court requires it to be examined, that will become legalized because the act was struck down. It can't be. So we stay this one.
This
Heard
the
Mr. R.T.
speaking order.
Sharma, done city counsel for the petitioner. Also heard, we are giving a reason for the stay. Also heard Mr. B. Kaushik for the secondary or elementary,
My lord.
elementary education department, government of Assam. The petitioner and the respondent number 7, namely
Mohan Pegu.
Mohan Pegu, both claims provincialization under the Assam Venture Institute Provincial Service Act 2011, resulting in several rounds of litigations between the parties. When as per the order dated 3/2/2023 in WPC 4510/2015, filed by the writ petitioner Horen Khaun to determine as to who had a better legal right to claim the provincialization, the secretary to the government of Assam in the school education department had merely observed that as the Act of 2011 had in the meantime been struck down, therefore the teachers who were earlier provincialized now no longer can be disturbed. We are unable to agree with the said proposition. If the court required the legal right between the parties to be determined under the Act of 2011 as to who had a better right for provincialization, it is for the secretary to determine such right and not to venture into other aspects that the Act had in the meantime been struck down, and therefore nothing further can be done. It cannot be the position of law that if an illegality was done and the court required to examine the illegality, merely because the Act had been struck down in the meantime, the illegality would be now considered to be a legally accepted proposition. In view of the above, provincialization on number 7 stayed until further orders.
Okay, I just pointed one thing. High Court, this honorable court did not direct anything.
Yes.
Only gave a liberty.
Okay, they required
and he filed an application before the authority to provincialize him, not cancelling the respondent number 7. He's
the dispute is between two, you have to decide it.
Right.
It's way past hours. When one man says that not he, it is me who is entitled,
Yes.
that right claim has to be decided.
Well,
You cannot avoid deciding. This is what we want.
yes. But
If
his-
7 is entitled, he will get it. If
but his claim before the authority,
claims doesn't matter. Claims are always as per law.
his representation, he prayed for inclusion of his
Next
name.
Item 11.
So once this thing, we'll decide between the two.
Yes, yes.
In this case, you say petitioner, advertisement issued by the district mission coordinator SSA South Salmara for filling out the one vacant post of account assistant come that again the Kasturba Gandhi
Set
Balika
aside
Vidyalaya.
cost the advertisement. Why advertisement should be cost?
Last year I appeared from the same post. Last year, we appeared, petitioner being the brilliant academic career and he's expected with experience, he expected for appointment. but
Last
without
year you
APR.
participated expecting appointment.
appointment.
What happened to that process?
That process without publishing any notice regarding that advertisement.
The respondents in the SSA to produce the result of the earlier advertisement dated so and so. Where
Last
that
year,
is
in the-
whether the process was completed or it was abandoned by any appropriate order
Only one post in this.
regarding the post of accountancy. Till the next returnable date, no further action be taken under the impute advertisement is 6/9/2023. This comes next week.
That is that part on the lordship. So for a second advertisement is concerned, lordship, this is advertised for female only, lordship. He's a male candidate.
So we stay until you show us what happened in the
That
earlier.
is for 11 months, lordship.
So please show us. We passed our order. We are not issued notice next week. Give us the information.
27 September. Item 12.
Suppose the other one had given him some legal right, we'll have to examine from that point of view. So we want the information.
That was also for 11 months, lordship. That has already, 11 months is already over.
Whatever it is, let us, why do you prevent us from examining your records? And stay is only for 1 week. It was fixed.
Lordship, the grievance of the petitioner pertains to non-consideration of his representation regarding as regards holding the charge of principal of the College of Teacher of Education, Mongoloid. Lordship, the petitioner is a senior most faculty. In fact, he is the only person holding the
Yes,
post of.
Mr. What do you say?
Lordship says,
Representation.
The petitioner hearing is, he has joined that institution in the year 2021, lordship. And prior to that, the other person is there since 2019. lordship.
Now, who is the in charge principal?
Nobody has been appointed. It's only on the apprehension this petition has been
Lordship,
filed.
why we are apprehending in the year 2019 when the
Madam Borgohain, point out the provision of Article 226 where you can approach the court on apprehension.
Lordship, I'm seeking enforcement.
Madam
Yes.
Borgohain,
Yes.
point out the provision of 226 where you can approach the court in apprehension.
Yes, Lordship, not
Please
apprehension
answer
here.
the question.
Yes, Lordship.
The writ petitioner to submit as to the provision of law which entitles a litigant to approach the court under 226 in apprehension of some future event that may take place.
Lordship, tomorrow.
List next item.
Item 13.
Yes, next item. Mr. Rahul.
My lord, the petitioner who is a assistant teacher before in Supervisor High School, my lord.
Assistant teacher.
Assistant teacher.
Hmm.
Her case was not considered for provincialization way back in 2013 because her service record were manipulated by someone, my lord.
Service record manipulated by somebody. Who is this somebody?
My lord, headmaster, my lord, but he was placed on the suspension also, but unfortunately he's passed away, my lord.
Passed away.
Passed away. Now, government, my lord. At a
So you have to come to this court or that court? Because
my lord.
your grievance is under somebody who is that side now.
But in a government at appropriate level considered the matter, and the proposal was mooted to consider her case as a single case and go for provincialization.
Where is that order?
My lord, page 45, Mr. Lordship.
Where is that single post? Is requested
My
look
lord,
into the
just,
matter, contact
just
proposal of
one
provisional
paragraph.
services of-
The mandate of
Yes, Mr. Kaushik.
Directors BTC would be the necessary party. They have not made.
BTC party?
not party.
Make it a party.
My lord.
Give a copy to Standing
But
Council.
the
BTC.
impugn order was passed by my lord, the director of secondary.
No, but he says BTC, it is based on BTC.
I'll make it.
I think Mr. Nayak appears for BTC. He was here sometime back. Where is he? Mr. Nayak, you appear for BTC. Mr. B. Kaushik, Land Counsel for the Secondary Education Department, points out that the authorities in the Education Department of BTC would be a necessary party. The BTC in the Education Department through its secretary be included as respondent number. Raised to
6 months.
raised to incorporate necessary correction in the constitution as well as modify the CIS information CIS system. Mr. P. Nayak, Land Counsel, accept notice on the behalf of authorities under the BTC. List again.
Item 14.
I think he said BTC has to answer it.
Pray for a date, my lord. Can I pray for a date? 29.
Yes, Mr. Gogoi.
Yes, Mr. Lordship. Petitioner before your Lordship, my lord, is a he has fill up the form for BBA third semester examination, my lord, under from Kesidas Commerce College, my lord. He has paid the examination fees as well as the center fees. Everything.
Now, what
he
is
has-
the grievance?
Grievance is his result has not been declared by the university. Even he has already appeared all the papers.
Who is to declare? University or college?
University.
My lord, since the college has not, my lord, submitted the physical form. and
Who
the
appears
details.
for the college? Both Mr. P.J. Phukon, Land Counsel of Guwahati University, and Mr. P. Upamanu, Land Counsel for
Higher education.
Higher to provide the information to the court as to why the result of the petitioner of the third semester BBA examination 2022-23 had not been declared. List on switch.
Most of
Yes, Mr. Alon.
Net with the lordship, and this is matter pertains to compassionate appointment, my lord. His father expired in the year 1998.
Was he placed before DLC?
DLC has not yet considered, my lord.
Not
Only
yet.
forwarded by the.
Mr. Fukan and Mr. Saikia. Same order, DLC not considered. Place it, if considered, inform him. Heard, I alone. Father of the petitioner, Jayanto Kumar Dotto, who was a Hindi teacher in the Veterbond MV school in the Karimganj district, died in Hanes on
8/9/1998.
8/9/1998, when the petitioner was a minor of 6 years. Upon gaining majority, the petitioner submitted an application for compassionate appointment on
17/8/2010.
17/9/2010. The grievance raised is that the said application had not been given its due consideration. The law in this respect of a minor submitting an application for compassionate appointment upon attaining majority had been settled by the Honorable Supreme Court in its judgment rendered in Khadim. Accordingly, the respondents conjointly to place the application before the next available DLC of Karimganj district for its consideration by taking note of the law laid down in Khadim Supra. To be placed before the next available DLC of Karimganj. Next available koro niki age? Itu hono niki? Duta motion ase. Yes.
I take your lordship to page number 34, the seniority list, my lord.
34 seniority of what?
My lord, seniority of the teachers. My name, my lord,
No,
Tonkeshwar Nath.
understand now. What is your?
I have not been given the charge of the principal. The European order in favor of the issue, in favor of the private respondent. I'm senior to him, my lord.
The grievance raised by the petitioner is that although he claims to be senior to the respondent number
4, my lord.
4, the in charge principal or headmaster?
Principal.
Principal of name of the school?
Satyabari Higher Secondary School.
Satyabari Higher Secondary had been meted in favor of the respondent number 4. The respondents in the higher education, higher or secondary, to inform the court on the next determined date the reason as to why the seniority of the petitioner had been ignored and a person junior to him had made the in charge principal and this constituency. Next week. Mr. Progress, you may have a strong case. There may be many reasons also. We don't know. Let them say why it is so. Yes.
May please, lordship matter may be adjourned for the day.
Adjourn on the prayer of MS.
Obliged.
May it please, Your Lordship. Lordship, this matter pertains to compassionate appointment.
DLC?
We have challenged the impugned minutes of the SLC, my lord.
And where is DLC?
NXSC, my lord, page 20, my lord.
Page 20.
Yes, my lord. My name is Jiten Neopani.
Dishonor number 2, my lord.
Page number?
Page number 20, my lord.
20. Who is the petitioner?
Jiten Neopani, my lord.
Jiten
Neopani.
Neopani. Rejected due to non-able to NCET norms. This is by the. No, where is the DLC?
SLC rejected the claim of it.
Mr. Counsel, where is DLC?
DLC has approved.
Where is it? Which page number? The petitioner to inform the page number where the recommendation of DLC is available. Yes, next item.
Supply list for motion 44.
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
May it be lordship. My lord, way back about in 2015-16, the petitions were appointed as CRC in ME school, LP schools. And they continue remand. In the meantime, there was an advertisement.
Where is Mr. Nayak? P. Nayak? So CRC appointed. Then after that?
Then, my lord, in the meantime, there was an advertisement to recruit other persons on 11/12/2023, page 36. That was withdrawn. And that withdrawal, your lordship will find in a lordship's order dated.
No, yes, we don't. We know about it. Then after that?
After that, my lord, we want, my lord, since that advertisement is issued, there is no person going to be appointed in our place, who should, status quo should be maintained as we are there. That is the case. my lord.
CRCC, how
Lordship has recently dismissed one case.
So that's
Lordship,
why you
granting
wanted
them
you.
10 days time, Lordship. Now 8 is already over. 1 month.
So
notice
this is
was-
also same order.
In that case, Lordship asked.
That
for
was science
instruction.
and mathematics.
In that petition was dismissed, Lordship. And
Now what is this petition?
Now this petitioner, so same order will apply, Lordship.
Have you gone through their petition?
Now, I heard about this, but he never give me copy, Lordship.
The writ petitioner
My
to
name is
provide a
also not
copy of the petition to the learned counsel for the SSA. List again.
Timing 19/20/21.
এনেও আহি গৈছে নেকি 18 to পাইছো মানে টাইমিং আছিলে মানে অন ৰেগুলেশনে আহি গৈছে But Mr. Nath and Mr. Chaudhary, please tell us your understanding of clause 24 of the notification of the central government providing for OBC reservation in the state of Assam. Clause 24 specifically.
To follow the XT garden. These are not events. XT garden.
Or XT garden, they are covered under this.
Worship the soul.
I think the meaning is very clear.
The tribes, those that are mentioned.
Are they so? Please read it carefully.
Tea garden laborers, tea garden golden.
Tea golden tribes were Assam.
Second one, I'm not very. It's tea golden tribes.
Sorry.
Tea garden laborers.
XT garden laborer.
No, here it says tea garden laborers, tea golden tribes. Tea golden tribes.
Golden tribes.
Tea garden tribes were
And
Golden we don't know.
Tea garden laborers, tea garden tribes. Tea garden. So it may not cover the present one.
No, you are on something different. We are putting the question for different purpose.
Gosh.
You see, after all these T, XT, golden T and all, as enlisted,
As enlisted, yes.
we are more concerned with as enlisted.
Yes.
Who is golden T, you find out.
No,
That is not our headache.
Golden is, it should have been garden. It's a.
Okay, garden.
Garden.
Fine. And even if he is golden, it is your problem to find out who is a golden tea garden laborer. We are more concerned with this as enlisted. Now, grievances raised before us is that any person who may be within those 96 communities, those enlisted 96 communities, are also issued this OBC certificate under clause 24. Because verification is there that they actually belong to one of those 96 communities. Difficulty is the criteria made is whether you belong to this 96 or you do not belong to the 96.
Determination.
If the determination is yes, you belong to, take a certificate under clause 24. But clause 24, primary dominant provision is tea garden, golden tea garden, whatever is the provision, that one. Secondary provision is once you satisfy the dominant requirement, whether you belong to the 96 communities or not. Suppose you satisfy the dominant provision, but you don't belong to the 95 communities, you may not be given a certificate. I think this is the ordinary meaning we understood. But how the authorities are understanding the meaning is, if you belong to the 96 communities, you can take a certificate without determining the dominant purpose. Only on the basis of the secondary provision, not the dominant provision. So we want your views whether the dominant provision is required to be given its due consideration or it is not required to be given.
Lordship, if your Lordship will allow, I'll just read out slowly, Lordship. Tea garden laborers, tea garden tribes, ex-tea garden laborers, and ex-tea garden tribes as listed below.
As listed. So dominant purpose is tea garden, ex-tea garden, etc. Once one man satisfies that he is tea garden or ex-tea garden, next consideration is whether you are within the 96.
96.
Can it be a case without determining whether you are tea garden or ex-tea garden? Only determination is that you are among the 96. You are entitled to a certificate.
We cannot skip the first part.
This is the question we are asking.
First tea tribe,
Then this one. What is your view?
Correct, but that if somebody doesn't belong to tea labor, tea garden labor or tea garden.
So
tribe,
now the
cannot
whole practical this I think this is also very before us the other day.
Malad.
They say how to determine, because the problem is the X also. Tea garden labor is very good. Find out in which garden the person is a laborer, he comes in. Difficulty with the X. X means some of their ancestors were tea garden. It has to be. Otherwise, it can never be X. So you find out, ask any applicant, tell us who is your ancestor in which garden he worked. We'll verify it.
that perhaps Lordship, the applicant has to satisfy.
Applicant has to, the burden has to be there.
Because
106 Evidence Act will be applicable. The burden is on the person concerned, not on the authority.
he's claiming.
So we want to lay down the law in that to be implemented in a strict manner so that persons who are no way connected with the tea garden, but somehow anthropologically happen to belong to the 96 categories, they are excluded from getting this benefit. Otherwise, a havoc has been created. We are getting number of complaints from different quarters, different schools are coming, say, what can we do? Court is passing interim order, give provisional admission, we are giving them, now we don't know what to do with that man. Two, the genuine tea garden or ex-tea garden category people for whom this reservation is made, they are deprived.
They're excluded. Yes.
They're excluded. Somebody else is coming in their place in the guise of this clause. And Mr. Nath, you have to help us in one aspect. This also involves medical admission to some extent. So, medical who appears? Medical department who appears? Mr. Gogoi, B. Gogoi.
Yes, Mr. Gogoi.
Can we have Mr. Gogoi, please? Please call him. So the committee be constituted, it's already in existence, Mr. Nath, be made functional from tomorrow. Tomorrow is 19th. You take 6 days to determine, especially those cases connected with medical admission. Give a final opinion by the committee, whether the certificate is or is not to be accepted. So that if there is any issue of any medical admission, it can be completed before 30 September. The deadline is there, Supreme Court deadline is there. Regarding the others, you take a little more time. And we intend to settle the law tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm taking the order. Today there is hardly any time.
Well, the existing guidelines, just
Guidelines we have seen that they are very good. You implement it. We are not interfering. We are interfering on the understanding of this clause. That's all. Mr. Gogoi, in medical admission, do you have any issues regarding ex-tea garden?
Yes, sir. There is a specific.
Refer all those tea garden certificates, all, whether there is issue or there is no issue, to this committee. They'll give you a determination within 6 to 7 days. If somebody has obtained otherwise a genuine certificate, duly sealed, authorized, processed, everything, but does not belong to tea garden, you take action accordingly. Don't deprive the genuine tea garden people from getting a seat just because somebody is holding a genuine certificate. We want you to do it with some urgency. No, tomorrow and date, there's no time. Tomorrow we'll take up this matter at 10:30. Dictate the order. And the way we see it, Mr. Chaudhary and Mr. Nath both are agreeing with it. That is the only interpretation of this provision. Especially Mr. Chaudhary, because it's a central government notification. It is for him to understand what they meant.
The first step first, then the second.
Then the second. But ignoring the first, second is being implemented. You'll make it very specific. You hand over all this. You have a fair number of seats, I think, for this category, and must hand over all.
Whoever has been allotted.
Allotted and not allotted, everybody. It's a overall verification. And direct those students to appear before the committee. You have to do some work, Mr. Joint Secretary. You'll have to do some work.
State level committee, medical admission or kind of apply to
And put the principal secretary on notice, Mr. Nath. Put the principal secretary on notice. The joint secretary won't be able to do much, even if he wants to, because he'll be obstructed by somebody else again. Principal secretary will convene the committee from tomorrow itself. Take up all the cases. Whosoever has submitted this one, he will come before the committee, prove which ancestor of his was a tea garden laborer. Present or ex.
Only those candidates who have been allotted seat or who have all applied.
All apply. Because suppose one allotted goes,
yes, then
the next one comes. Whether the next one he himself is or not, that is also requires a verification. And must.
Yes, sir.
You have to do some work.
But will it be possible that first let them look into the certificates who have been already allotted seats? If they are found to be genuine, then
Definitely. For next 6 days, only the medical admission matters will be taken up by this committee. After we complete this, other school matters will be taken up. And don't tell me we cannot do it. Then we are going to hold in contempt why we have not done it till now.
But the certificates will be given by the health
By the health department. And you also immediately through email instruct those candidates to go and appear before the committee. Medical department give the instruction. You have the email address, I think, in every form.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Immediately inform them, go and appear before the committee.
Respective principals will inform them. The DMA will do the next.
Go to the committee, show only one thing, which ancestor of yours was a tea garden laborer. That's all. If he passes through, the rest of the certificates are all genuine. Seal signed, everything is, all procedures are followed. Even your guideline is followed, the one that you try to refer. So we have no difficulty.
No, in fact, the eligibility criteria is that the applicant must belong to that caste, tribe, community recognized as
First caste community, then to the 96 community.
Correct.
But we have been, lot of grievances are raised that there are many people who are totally unconnected with tea garden, but somehow happen to belong to the 96 community. By verification of their community, they are issued the certificates. So we have to take them out. Or else the reservation for whose purpose it is made they will not get it. And in fact, one learned council also raised the issue that some are Hindi speaking.
Maybe they may have worked here in some tea garden.
No, whoever worked in tea garden don't speak the Hindi language. They have their own distinct language, which is one of the recognized dialects in Assam. It's a recognized dialect in Assam.
Yes.
There are books on that language, there are movies on that language, and there are many further literary development also in that language.
In fact, he is also there in
No,
that
the
list.
title Nath is also there. but I don't belong to that T tribe.
No, Mr. Nath.
Some other Nath
No,
may come in.
you can make your submission before us. You can also make an entry.
No. Some Nath may be there. madam. I don't belong to T tribe.
No. You need not be honest. You can make a claim. If you want. If you can convince us that the law has to be looked from a different perspective.
So that is what Lordship. He is not, but he is not T tribe. So first establish your T tribe.
Has to be T tribe.
What Mr. Nath is saying, do exactly that.
Correct.
In fact, what we are trying to say.
That has to be.
That has to
That
be.
is the spirit. That is the
Otherwise, it's a travesty, I'm telling you.
Lordship.
The huge expenditure the state will bear for medical education, they intended to make for the purpose benefit of a particular type of people. Another type of people, by misunderstanding of the law, is trying to take advantage of it. That should not be. Out of that, there may be many genuine candidates also.
Yes. Lordship.
Examine them, segregate them, pass them through. But somebody is not genuine, block.
Total 30 seats are there. This session 36.
It will be very easy. Only 30 people has to be examined. That's all.
Yes.
And 30 seats are there. Applicants will be
More than 30.
100, 150. 6 days, 150 they can easily do. And if the committee has difficulty, tell us. We can appoint a court-appointed committee to do that. They'll do it even faster.
No, by tomorrow, let them give us the certificates full up and the intimation to the persons. And
And
the committee
ask
will
the
see-
person also to appear before the committee with relevant material, documents, etc., which will show as to which ancestor of theirs worked in a tea garden.
In tea garden.
In which tea garden, in during which period. That's all.
Lordship.
And if any verification is required, committee can ask the respective deputy commissioner to make for verification and submit a report. You can do it within this 6-7 days. List tomorrow for.
Lordship, I would pray for some indulgence, Lordship. Tomorrow I will be out of station.
No, we have heard you today. I think I can record your submission.
Yes.
Only for the purpose of passing the order. 10:30. Tomorrow at 10:30 we dictate the order.
Lordship. One of the
খুব urgency নহয় urgency যদি এটা note এটা দি দিব what is the urgency.
Lordship, the appearance of the officer.
No, not required.
Not required. Lordship.
Only thing committee to be totally activated for the next 6 days so that this work can be completed.
In item number 22, I have additional evidence that there is some mistake in presentation. We have made correction.